Hello and welcome to this DVD. We are going to be focusing today on many hypermodern systems that sometimes involve the double fianchetto by white to put on pressure early against black and rob them of some of the more normal ideas that they like to employ, especially against 1d4 players. Now, the systems that we're going to be looking at are heavily influenced by top grandmasters and by some of my own games. So who am I? My name is Alejandro Ramirez and I have been a grandmaster for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years this year. And I have successfully employed these systems of knight f3 and fianchettos as a complement to my normal 1d4 repertoire. I think that knowing this kind of systems is very useful for not only the club player but also the grandmaster player to be able to inject a different kind of life in many different openings that black sometimes is able to equalize in. For example, playing the knight f3 move order allows white to sometimes be able to avoid Catalan move orders that are a little bit annoying. For example, in this variation d5, c4, e6, many times against d4, knight f6, g3, black is playing this annoying move bishop b4 check that is not very successful for white. Black's been able to equalize a lot of games and definitely have enough counterplay. However, when you play this move order with b3, you're kind of shutting off those ideas. You can play b3, g3, and d4 at a later point, and we're going to be able to see a lot of scenarios in which having this as a backup or side idea to your main lines is very useful. But not only that, I'm going to be giving a relatively complete repertoire to most of black's common choices. So if you play d4 currently and you're frustrated because you don't know what to play against the Grunfeld, you don't know what to play against the King's Indian, you don't know what to play against the Nimzo Indian / Catalan / Queen's Indian, then this is a great DVD for you, since you will be able to apply many of the concepts that you know as d4 player, and if you don't know them, I'll be teaching you them. But at the same time, avoiding some of the main ideas that black has, forcing them into passivity with your bishops, and forcing them to react to your very early central long-range aggression. What are we covering in this DVD? Well, we're going to be covering all these ideas with knight f3, and we're going to be seeing a lot of top grandmaster games and some of my own games in which white is able to exploit the advantage of their bishops. We're going to be focusing mainly on all those scenarios in which white plays knight f3, c4, g3, and b3. Now the move orders are going to be dependent on exactly how black responds. And I am going to be giving just a couple of ideas that do not involve a double fianchetto, simply because it's either impossible or not the best idea. We're going to exactly go to which move orders are the best in its own section, the move order section, and we're going to also see that many of the games that I'm going to be presenting to you don't necessarily follow the move order that I'm recommending, and that's okay. The point is that these setups can be reached via many move orders, and black has to be ready for them in a general sense, but we'll also have to be dealing with your move order, which I'm presenting, in a very specific way. So yes, we can get the general ideas from many different games. We can also transpose to many different famous games via different move orders, and we're going to be able to exploit this to our advantage. Black has had a relative amount of success lately with some of the major openings in chess. This DVD tries to inject a little bit of life into some of these different openings and force black to think outside the box from the very first moves in order for them to not just be allowed to play their normal systems one time after another and achieve equality. In this kind of systems, black has to be very creative, has to be very quick in reacting, or he's going to find himself in a strategical trouble very quickly. I hope you enjoyed the DVD, and please, I would recommend that you look at the move order section first, especially to see which parts are being covered, which parts are not being covered, and how it will complement your own repertoire in the best way possible.